Guardians. This is Jonathan Mindham, no longer SP. I have to point that out. We are here with a very special Van Guardians live stream, and I am joined here by a group of gentlemen who are all very familiar faces. I'm going to start from left to right here as I see them. One is the wonderful previous world champion, Brandon Smith.
Hey, what's up, guys?
His mic is very low. It's very shy tonight, guys, so we have to bear with it on that. We'll try to get him to speak up. Mr. Edward Leon.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Edward, you're officially now head or a. What's the ranking? How do they rank you now with the Bushiroad system?
I'm an official Bushiroad judge. There are different levels of the judges, and we can talk about that later.
Yes, we will. And it's really funny because last time we had a live stream, we did not have that. Then, the wonderful Mason Clark.
Hi, that's me.
Wearing flannel, of course.
I figured if it's the last one, I should have done the same shirt, but I figured no. This is the last one. The best shirt. The best shirt I own.
This lumber-sexual-esque look. and speaking
I'm not going to say you're wrong, but you're totally right.
the Robbie Kohl.
What's good, everybody?
And you all know him for multiple things, events, games, yada, yada, yada. And we will be joined shortly by a couple of other special guests, Mr. William Kohl, Mr. Jason Czajkowski, and I think I have another surprise in there, but we will see. So, it has been 2 months since we've done another live stream, guys, and there's a lot to talk about. I think a lot has changed in 2 months. One, and we've already kind of talked about it, was the judge program. Last we heard when JD was on the stream he was talking about how we were going to be starting to get that and start initializing it. And we found out, I think it was like maybe a month ago, right before the qualifiers began, that they were doing it. Edward, can you elaborate a little bit for us?
Okay, so judge program started out like right before the qualifiers. They sent out a wave of people the first time, and then it was pretty much open to anyone that had previously judged and had taken a test. They had taken a test pretty much after the tournament, and like if you did well enough on the test, you were considered for it. And the same thing still applies now. If you want to become an official judge, you can go volunteer and take the judge test, and depending on how you do, they'll evaluate it, and then you can become an official judge too.
Edward, now even there's still the official judges, but there's also still volunteer judges, correct?
Yes. Essentially, the official judges, if I were to break it down, they're in charge of the volunteer judges, and then you have the head judge in charge of everyone. If that makes sense. And
then is there still a head judge for the event? Is there like a JD or something like that, or event organizer as they call it?
The TO, there's a tournament organizer that should be above everybody else, and it's usually whoever's there. Most of the time for me, it's John. So.
Sure. Did you judge New York doing that?
Yes, I was an official judge in New York.
And how overall was the judging program at that event?
Pretty much the way it ran, because New York was actually the first time we used the QR codes. I don't know if anyone's been to the tournament recently.
Mm-hmm.
So everything went really quick and smooth, and it was really...
Did we lose him?
It seems pretty... Am I still here?
Yeah, you're still there. Did you look to the left? That happened with Brandon when he was not here.
Well, being an official judge, you think it's a big change from volunteering, but it's really just, if you know your stuff, it's just a seamless transition.
Okay. So overall, what was the response from the people there of having like the official judges? Like, did the player base seem relieved? I mean, like, there's always that complaint. We've all had our horror stories of bad judges or people, and I don't mean like corrupt. I mean like people just don't know that Conquest, even though you don't have, or not Conquest, Brawlers, even though you don't have 4 units, still can attack.
I mean, we didn't have any issues in New York, so which is actually really surprising. There were no like overall issues with rulings from what I've heard.
Yeah.
But can I say that it'll be with like all the places? I mean, there might be a hiccup every now and then with how things are ruled, but we always try to solve them as a team. if that makes any sense.
Sure. Jason, you just did Chicago on Saturday, right?
Yep.
How was that event overall with everyone and the judging staff and so forth?
Well, I mean, I kind of want to answer the question that you asked him about, like how was the event with official judges? I mean, there's really no difference. I mean, you still had the volunteer people like myself who didn't take the judge test. In fact, the only two official judges there were Christian Larson and Will English, who are on the judge list on the website. And one, Christian Larson was the head judge, and then Will English was the sub-head judge for Vanguard. So everyone else that was actually like on the floor judging was still just a volunteer judge. There was no difference.
Okay.
I mean, it was still, they could appeal to the head judge, that was it. So, I mean, otherwise, I mean, the event went pretty smoothly. There were a few hiccups with the QR codes at times, and I know day 2, like for Buddy Fight, the pairings and the QR in the whole website like went down after like round 5, so we had to like look at the wall for the manual pairings. And I don't like the way that they're doing the pairings on the wall because it's not in numerical order. So you'll have like 1, 2, 3. You'll have like ones on everything that starts with a 1, so 1, and then 10 through 19, and then 100 through whatever 199 on a wall. But everything that starts with a 2 then will be on on a separate sheet. So the way that the pairings actually bring out aren't very good. And instead of, my idea was like, why don't we just put a giant 1 on the wall and a giant 2 and a giant 3 and a giant 4, and then that way, if your number starts with 1, 2, 3, or 4, you can go to said wall. But they didn't do that either. They just said it was a mess, and there was a little human error round 1 because the person divvying up the sheets didn't realize what they were, what was going on. So like we had like one's over here, one's over there, and it was a little bit of a mess round 1. And like I said, later in the day, I think the website got misdirected to an older pairings thing. So like people who were looking it up, and it's a work in progress. We'll put it at that. And I mean, it was still a great event. It was a lot of fun to help out at. It was, I'm sure day 2 would have been a better day to be a volunteer, but I did enjoy playing day 2 instead of having to work.
And you played Buddy Fight?
I did.
Okay.
I did. It was a lot of fun.
Robbie, you went on Saturday. How was it being just a player?
It wasn't bad. Having to G-assist in a 1-out-of-1 format really sucked, but I mean, what do you expect? So my 2 losses were to G-assist, and knowing that you lose game 1 to not Great Nature, Pale Moon, I mean, there's not much you can do.
Yeah.
Quick burn. Pale Moon player, shout out.
Lukier is real.
Brandon, when you were playing the game, there obviously wasn't judges other than volunteers and things. Like now that the transition has come through, where 4 years later, like what does that say about the game from when you started to now?
First off, I'd like to thank Bushy Road for at least trying, but it's kind of late. You know what I mean? Players have been requesting that for a while, and it seems like the 2 out of 3 thing is still something that needs to be addressed.
Yeah. I mean, it's so funny because we talked about that in the last live stream about people just wanting that, like more than anything. Like I think if Bushiroad were to offer anyone anything, it would be best 2 out of 3.
I'd pay $20 to play 2 out of 3.
Right. Like, and I think how many times have people said that we would want a 2 out of 3 format even if it costs something?
Blame Japan.
Well, yeah. I mean, we can sit there and blame Japan, but in the long run, that will kill the American player base. Like, is in the long term.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost him.
Oh. While he's gone, I
They're
mean,
the same.
who's back?
What's that?
You were gone for a second. You like froze.
I'm sorry. I'm adjusting my sound thing.
Awkward silence. Is John there? You back, John?
Just so
Now would be a good time for me to ask people if they want to Netflix and chill later.
Netflix and chill.
Yeah, it's the last live stream. I think I had to try at least once. So if you want to Netflix and chill, just message me. Now
Got it. Me and Jason are gonna do that later.
Oh, awesome! Hope you guys have fun.
Are you coming over here? My wife's going to work.
Yeah. Perfect.
She's gonna hear this or watch me. She can come and bust the fucking door down, man.
Oh boy.
If she even knows what that means. I only work at a high school. That's the only reason why.
So is it John or Jason that gives the look 10 minutes through?
Oh, boy.
We play for it.
Oh.
Best of one though.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Best of one.
Jason double crits John and gives him the look.
No, that's not happening. It's like John's like, our game starts, concede.
Oh, man.
Hard fought, Jason. It was really fun.
Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Let's talk.
John, just before you move on really quick, while we're still talking about the tournaments, I don't know. This actually was new to me, and I assume they did this in New York, and I don't know if everyone out there knows, but the whole new end of time, or when time is called rule, like it's no longer if you're tied. I mean, you could be at 2, your opponent could be at 3, and there is like the 3-turn rule now, and I thought that was an improvement for sure.
I think, and we'll actually talk about this with ARG Nats, that we knew about, right, going into the season they were going to do that, right? I think, Edward, is that confirmed, right?
I cannot confirm nor deny whether somebody said that before.
Thank you, JD.
Well, we knew it's New York. We knew what happened in New York. And
Yes.
then ARG Nats
ARG
happened.
Nats was right after, but I think we decided that for ARG well before that, though.
Yeah, because didn't that happen with Team League? Didn't we decide that?
Yeah. No, it happened at Team League because I went in time versus the Dota X player.
Got it.
Okay, I guess I'm just out of the loop, and I apologize.
No, but I don't think it's known. I don't think it ever was like.
Yeah, it wasn't
Really
like a big thing.
publicized.
Yeah.
I mean, they made sure they announced it at the event, and I thought that was great.
Yeah. That's pretty good. All right, ARG Net. Let's talk about that. That was this past September. Wow, past October. Damn. August. I don't even know.
Jeez.
Yeah.
There's an echo.
So Royals won.
Yes.
Not only did they win, but it was, I mean, kind of like, it was really weird because all the decks in the event, and then our top 16 was really weird. We had OTT, we had several metal boards.
Yeah, one Metal Borg, one Dimension Police, one Musketeer.
We had DP? Oh,
Yes.
DP, right. We had two.
We had Dimensional Robo, and then two Dimensional Robo, one Metal Borg. 2 Kagero, 2 OTT, 1 Gold Paladin, 1 Musketeers, and the rest was Shadows. Oh, and 2 Sanctuary Guard.
And the 1 bluish flame.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it was pretty unique. I mean, considering and nothing's changed. I mean, like from that time to now, we haven't had any new sets other than Bermuda, and Bermuda obviously didn't do shit on Saturday. I mean, correct?
They were close.
They were scratching the posts when I heard.
They were really close.
All right, so I mean they're right up there. I mean, obviously the meta hasn't drastically changed. And then I mean, like for the event itself, Edward, Robbie, you guys went. Robbie, you played. Overall, the event itself, how did you guys think it was?
It was,
had 100
pretty
people, 100
good in terms of the meta. I mean, there was a lot of people saying there was an abnormal amount of Pale Moon and Dark Irregulars there, which was kind of surprising.
We had 1 Pale Moon though.
It was 1 Pale Moon.
1 Pale Moon.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
1 Pale Moon.
1 Pale Moon's too much Pale Moon.
And that is true. I'm just going off of the rumors on the player base floor, though.
Okay. I saw pretty much every deck, and I don't forget. It was a lot of Shadows, obviously.
Yeah.
And They ended up being the bridesmaid again. They finally. Oh no! I can't even say that. They finally broke that streak by getting what 6 out of 8 in top 8.
Larson made the comment that there was a lot of Royal Paladin.
Yeah, but they're really good. I mean, hands down. Even Japan's going. We might need to ban or restrict some cards because of that deck. So I mean,
it was good to see. Well, first off, the winner. I played him at top 8 at ARG States in Indy. He's a very good player. And then of course our very loyal Aquaforce player from Chicago.
Duran did a really good job, I heard. He said basically his goal was to just rush people into the dirt, from what I was hearing. His goal was basically aggression, and Tetherball Robos for the win.
I mean, it paid off for him. It was a good strategy going into a 1-out-of-1 tournament.
Well, and people brought that up in a best-of-1 format. If 10K vanillas are essential in a best-of-1 format now. I mean, when you see
people were talking about playing Rugos and Shadow Paladin now just to counter the early game rush.
Yeah. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? I mean, like a 10K base in a best-of-1 format, is that something that people really should consider?
I mean, like, that's pretty... You play 4 of it, so you lose a utility card, so that on turn 2 you can defend more easily. I think it really would just depend on the deck. Because, like, not every deck's going to want a 10K on turn 2.
Yeah, right? I agree.
Like, Neonectar would probably want a 10K because, like, they have so many slots, like, maybe playing 3, they could get away with it, maybe, I don't know enough, but, like, you would not want that in Sanctuary Guard, right?
Oh my goodness, Mason revealing the secrets of 3-3-3-3 on for the Great 2 lineup.
Edward, don't hurt me. I promise I wouldn't, man. I'll get that
down.
on Netflix and chill later, okay?
Just let everybody just play 4-4-4 and lose 3 valuable Great 2s. Don't let everybody know that.
Edward, I don't want to blow your mind, but there's also 4 2-2-2-2-2.
Oh my god. Mind blown.
We're going deep, guys, but I promise you can play more than 3 of a card. It's not in the rulebook. The guy from your locals who's like kind of douchey told you that, but you don't have to do it, I promise.
I mean, guys, don't worry. I mean, Mason will be doing Netflix and chill by himself later.
Whoa. I already got a message from someone.
Him and his 3 Great 2s, yeah.
I think his bottle of lube has a name.
Its name is Aloe Vera. Thank you very much.
Aloe Vera? Wow.
Yeah. She's a very nice exotic girl. All right, so I don't know what you guys want.
That's what they all say when you pay for it.
Card?
Yes, when you pay for it, I pay for the best.
Nectar.
Quick acting aloe vera. You will see me at Saturday at Atlanta Nationals, and I will have my girlfriend aloe vera with me. I promise you that. When I said Nationals, I meant the qualifier.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we know you ain't qualifying, Mason.
I'll just lose the top 8 again and draw all my Great 3s in the first 3 turns. I'm ready. Can't wait.
Oh boy.
These problems enough.
Man.
I mean, the only one allowed to draw multiple Grade 3s is Will.
Will wants to draw Great 3s. He's just like, give them to me. Make it
He
rain.
doesn't want to draw them. He wants to drive check them. There's an entire difference.
Yeah, fair point.
He's the only one. He's the only man not hoping for a crit on a triple drive or a double drive.
Oh my goodness.
Just give me those Grade 3s, baby. Just give me them now.
15 cards left in deck, 12 Grade 3s.
While we're on Grade
Aloe
3
vera?
and Dimensional Police, let's talk about Kelly Harris's performance at actually ARG. She ran a very similar deck, playing the Robo version, a deck that really has not seen topping anywhere. It was really unique watching her play. If you guys get a chance, definitely check out ARG's live stream broadcast. But she did a phenomenal job, and it really was spectacular watching her play, especially the only woman in the top 16. It was really impressive.
It was kind of like an anime where they have like the one girl that fights the Gundams and she shits on everyone. It was kind of like that.
I think the thing was, and she made a comment herself, that a lot of people didn't know how to play against Grand Seed.
It's true. It's sadly true because people don't believe in running it. Because they figured that Laurel is a draw engine, but Grand Seed is so much better because you don't have to pay that cost so readily by resting units. You simply just give it the power and go.
She only played 2 Laurels, right?
Fun fact, she only played 2 Laurels.
She played Penguinning with draw triggers.
I mean, it was good. It worked out in her favor.
Yeah, I mean her match against Fulfer in the final, like 3 and 4th, was so ridiculously close, and it just I think she actually got killed by the grade 3 in hand.
I mean, she did 6 damage heal on him twice throughout the day.
Well, that was the first game when they first fought.
Yeah, and then she did it again in Top Cut.
Yeah, it was good matches. It was good. That was Van Gooding by all means.
Yeah, I will give that weekend a lot of credit. The overall matches and stuff in that tournament were very good.
Yeah.
Very high caliber play was actually done that entire weekend when I was watching Top 16 in action. It was amazing to see that. And I wanted a chance to actually talk about it because I really wanted to get a chance to commentate on a lot of those matches because there was just so much greatness going down in those matches that just didn't get highlighted enough. And then
you want to talk about greatness, Will? Let's talk about your chance at possibly top 16ing and then drawing.
Oh my goodness, that play. Okay, I guess I gotta talk about that. Okay then. I was trying to save that, but to explain that play, I was basically on the bubble. I think it was like table 13. I was literally right there. I was going against oh my goodness, name escapes me.
He was the guy that won KOC, if I remember.
Yeah, he was
for
KOC champion, I believe. We were fighting out to it. We got the time in the round and whatnot, and it was just a flurry of heals is all I remember. Just a flurry of heals going back and forth, and me losing. I didn't really lose. It came to a draw because his last possible swing came to a heal trigger. So both at the end of all the swings and all the damages came to 0-0.
Holy shit.
And then came to a draw. I was just like, damn it. That's how this happens.
I don't keep Barco down.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
He plays Garmore.
It was magic is what it was. That's the only way I can explain it.
Yeah. But overall, the event had some stellar players, stellar decks, great meta, good variety. Like, it was really well done as far as it was 3 days. My one regret is not bitch slapping the shit out of you when you allowed Scott to get that win in the top 16 the next day. I know he's watching right now.
Oh my God, Will, you didn't even make it to your flight. I'm so mad about it. So, to explain the situation, I'll explain the situation because I'm really good at storytelling.
Definitions behind that. Okay, so I was reading my itinerary properly. I was reading it properly. But that's only if I was actually in Chicago reading it properly. I forgot about the time lag difference going from Eastern to Central. So, of course, when it says 7 o'clock flight, that means 6 o'clock. That means, like, what was it? It was at 6 o'clock. I get there at 7, so it's like 7 Central. It was like literally some kind of hour mishap. And I literally missed the flight by a whole hour as opposed to leaving on time and getting there. So actually I was so savagely behind.
Will, you're supposed to be a teacher.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, but, I mean, I was beyond tired. I had, like, maybe 4 to 5 hours over the course of the 48, so I was definitely running on fumes.
Misplaced city.
All misplaced. So, yeah, I feel bad because I did, in theory, I sacked Scotch so hard in Game 1, I felt so bad about it.
Wait, Scotch?
Oh, yeah. I
don't feel bad, keep going.
I felt terrible for it because I don't know. You never want to win a Vanguard match by having your opponent say no guard at 3 damage and double critting them. It's like
I absolutely want to win every game that way. I don't understand.
That's how every one of my Netflix and chill sessions start, actually.
Oh my God.
It was so bad. I was like,
You guys didn't hear about.
Didn't.
Hold on, guys. Story time, really quick. I got to intervene. You didn't hear about Scotch's story from this weekend. He went from 0 to 6 against the Majesty Lord Blaster player.
He got OTK'd.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Scotch couldn't guard either of the front row columns, and then he proceeded to get double critted off of Majesty. So that 4 damage.
Excuse
me for a second. I have to go to Scotch's Facebook wall.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's horrifying.
Make sure you make the comment, better luck next time, Yamcha.
Poor Scotch will be the first person to get FTK'd in Vanguard.
Oh man! All right, let's move on to Bushi World qualifiers in general.
Just add to the lore.
we got Atlanta coming up.
Yay!
That's, this weekend.
Yay!
Who's
I'll
all
be there.
going?
I'll be there.
No one cares, Ed.
Oh, everybody cares. I'm the best judge.
He's commenting in the chat.
Ed is the best judge.
Someone link the chat in here so we can go see this.
On YouTube, buddy.
It's on YouTube.com.
I'm mentally challenged at this point in time.
Well, if I send this to you, you gotta pause it or whatever, silence it, because what ends up happening is you'll end up hearing us.
I have headphones. We good.
We'll let you go into oblivion.
And then the following weekend, I think there's an event. If not,
Okay, I got dates for you. 12th to the 13th, we have Georgia. The week after is Hawaii. At the same time, Georgia's going on. I think Indonesia's going on or something.
Wow.
Exciting.
That's
but they're
amazing.
meta. Nothing changes meta-wise, right? Everything's gonna be the same.
Nothing changes until Texas, which is like October 31st, November 1st, so they have Token Rambu available.
Indonesia's meta is pretty different, though. They only play Lock Stride Chain.
They play only Great Nature.
Only Great Nature. It's really weird.
I heard that too.
Yeah. Crazy motherfuckers. Oh, Scotch posted on your timeline.
Oh no.
Jeez, Scotch with Netflix and chill me? You don't have to ask for my timeline. Just come over.
But as far as it goes, the meta is going to be staying the same. So are we really going to see Bermuda dominance, do you think, this weekend at all?
I don't know about dominance, but if there's a time to show that they can do something, it's going to have to be now.
They probably have to play the 4 grade 3 duo build.
What about like Shadow Paladins? Obviously, it dominated Chicago. It had, what, 5 decks were Shadow Paladin?
It's such a terrifying build the way those things set up.
Yes.
Bro.
But in Chicago, or in New York, we had Dark Irregulars, and what was the other build?
We had
Great
We had
Nature?
Dark Irregulars, we had Great Nature, we had Kagero. We had Brawlers.
I mean, like, what a stark difference! Like, what a contrast! I mean, like, for one city to the next, that one completely be playing Shadow Paladin to New York, where a little bit of everything.
I don't know, I guess New York's just
I don't
better.
know. I want to say we had Charles Hill here in Chicago playing Shadows.
Yup. Good old
So,
Charles.
Charles is pretty proficient.
Yeah, but you know,
And
in
he's
Chicago,
good,
how did Eric Hernandez and Kevin Cho do? I mean, those guys are big names in Chicago.
They topped in Buddy Fight. They're still big names. In fact, Eric got there and Kevin Cho won first place in Buddy Fight.
This
Wow.
is
So when you want to
Vanguard's
bring those
pretty
names up,
dope.
yeah, they're still playing Bushi Road games.
I think the thing about Shadow Paladins is, and like I'm gonna use a Magic now comparison here, but it's kind of like Jund in Modern. It's basically like at least 50% versus any deck, just by how efficient it is between thinning deck, restanding, and applying pressure. That like if you bring it to a tournament, like you just play proficiently and draw pretty well all day, you have like a good chance of topping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the cookie cutter deck of the format now.
I mean, like, is it this that deck that people just don't know how to play against in general, though? Like, I've seen so many people just get wrecked by just not knowing how to play against Shadows.
It's so punishing. Like between all the Blaster Darks, the macro that lets you search, you have to play around both restanding and the sack outlet from Diablo. There's just so many things that can punish you. Like you have to guard the Judge Vow, where they can draw so many cards and like.
I mean, to be
Black
fair
Wings.
though, I think it's also partially half the game's fault because they haven't really released anything that's that counterintuitive to it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the next upcoming format, I mean, Celestials are going to be a good pick against the deck, and let's not forget that Mega Colony has a decent Shadow matchup too.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I mean, Gear Chronicle's an okay deck, but the amount of setup that the deck requires is horrendous as opposed to Shadows, which is kind of sad when you think about it. I mean, I'm looking forward to playing against Angel Feather in the current upcoming meta, but let's be real, like, unless you're playing Aqua Force, you really don't have a good Shadow Paladin matchup.
Just accept that.
I think Sanctuary is pretty good, and the 4 duo build of is pretty good versus it.
The 4 grade 3 build? Yeah.
The 4 grade 3, 4 duo Darling build, which like maximizes that on peace and riding Roan on grade 2, and pressuring your opponent to always have to guard. That deck's really good. Just,
It also depends on the player because there's way too many playstyles for Shadow. Like, you can be defensive, aggro. It all depends on what you're going into in the meta.
Yeah, I mean, like, they just have, like, really good cards. But It's basically up to you to like beat them, but not overhedge.
Pretty much overall, once Puerto Rico, which is October 3rd, once that hits, everything changes because you get Soul Strike. And then at the end of the month, Texas just gets Token Rambu, so people get your sneaks. It's October 31st, comes out the 30th, get your case.
The problem is, though, Token Rambu's not that meta-defining of a set, though. I mean, like, it's fun, but that's
You can rush down really, really fast and not even know what's going on.
It's just gonna be just accepting the beating. It sounds what it makes it sound like, though.
Can I take a little moment to get on my soapbox? So when I first came on these live streams, I shit-talked Aquaforce a lot. And then they got like Lambros, and they got like really good. And now it's like people are still just playing this deck and just hoping to get like free wins by playing against like Shadow Paladin players and like super committing the board. And I just don't think that's like the best strategy going into a tournament, to be honest. Like especially in these best of ones where you're just hoping to draw like these heavy grade 2 hands and just like crit people out. I think you rather just try and play more defensively and like get to the mid game.
Mason, have you ever heard of the term called YOLO?
I have. I say that a lot when someone said Netflix and chill, and they're like, "Hey, you want to do this?" I'm like, "YOLO." So, yes. Come on, guys.
Brandon Smith, how do you feel about the best way to beat Shadow? I know you play tested against it a lot with Warfield.
Uh-oh.
Honestly, okay, so am I still here? Do you guys hear me?
We hear you.
Turn it up.
Wait.
I can't. Sorry about that. Sorry about the volume, guys, once again. I think the best way to beat Shadow Paladins is, I don't know, I like to rush them, honestly. Force them to use up their cards in their hand before they can use the cards to beat you. That's how I like to do it. Try to force them to, try to make it where the turn that they Diablo you is their last turn. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's the way that I would go about it. I don't know. I've been playtesting a little bit around, getting ready for, whatever may come up. And I've been liking Gold Paladins. I'm not hearing anything about it, so I feel like you guys are hating on my clan. But I've been playtesting Gold Paladins. I like it a lot. So if I get down to Atlanta this weekend, maybe I'll play some golds and teach you guys something.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, let's move
Well,
on.
I mean, is it really coming down to that? Are you gonna have to get to the point where you actually have to like outpace shadows as hard as that sounds?
I mean, that's the best way to do it. I mean, you can out-advantage. There's two ways to win in this game. You either out-push them or you out-advantage them. You know, and there's not many decks that can out-advantage a toolbox deck. You know what I mean? This is you're talking about Stratos 3 Rota in Vanguard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, do you really want to try to out-advantage a deck that's just getting pluses for free, or you can rush them? You know what I mean? You've seen it in multiple games, whether it be Magic, Mono Red's a thing, or whatever. That's just the best way to handle it. You don't want to sit in the grind game against decks like that. And honestly, Kyle Warfield, he played. I'm pretty sure he played Shadows this last weekend.
Yes, he did. He got 9th place.
Yeah, which is really good. However, he's better on Kagero. He knows it, and I think he would have probably went undefeated. We talked about his deck choice before he went, and he said that because he plays the X and he doesn't want to go into, with a deck that has to basically whatever use its ability multiple times and depend on it each turn. He felt like he'd go on attack more often or not, but Kyle Warfield's a genius on Kagero. Check his track record, but he played Shadows. He played the meta. He's one of the best players in the United States by far, in my opinion. He just gets unlucky. He's 4-time X1. Chicago, 3 times in Chicago, 1 time in I think Toronto, and he just never catches a break. But it's cool. He's understandable a little bit more now than he has been. But yeah. Otherwise, like just to reiterate, Shadows is a deck to play. It's been a deck to play since Nationals of last year. And they just got better. I mean, honestly, they just got better. So, like, in order to beat them, just rush them. Get some
I
lucky
guess that,
triggers.
I guess it has to come down to that then. I mean, I never thought about it like that because there's always the notion of them, like everything they do seems like it's so free. It's like they can call a board, and then they can blow your shit down, and then after that you're kind of just behind the 8 ball the rest of the game. It seems like.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm a fan of golds. A lot of people aren't. It's fine right now. But I remember there was a time when everybody was hating golds. You either played golds or hated golds.
Everything was Specduke or Ezel.
Those days.
Those were the days. Yeah. But I have a really sick list that I'm working on for golds. Hopefully I can get to play it. It'll be really sweet. See what people can do. I like to innovate a lot, so a lot of people have been sleeping on them, so might as well play those.
Yeah.
I mean, this game has been going through phases where people are like, "Oh God, I hate this deck." I mean, not too long ago, people were like, "Goodness, why am I playing against the end again?"
Yeah.
So, I mean, Abyss has had the longer run out of the two, I guess. But I mean, we'll just see where it goes from here.
I mean, there's always going to be one deck that's deemed the best or like the most annoying. No matter what you do. Like even if we banned all the shadow cards, people would just be saying the same thing about sanctuary cards. So
people are like, let's ban Judge Bow, guys, and then we're like, oh wait, we have David.
Is it really losing someone if they can just go ahead and replace that person and still get the same advantage?
I don't know.
Hi, Niall.
That's quite a terrifying premise. I don't know. I've always had such a fear of dealing with shadows for that same exact reason. It feels like if you push them, they're just going to punish you off of their blaster darts, and then if you don't push them, they're just going to have Savage Hand off of Swordbreaker.
Yeah, but the thing is that they're going to blast the dark you regardless. So if you're trying to set up, you know what I mean, there's no way to save advantage against them. Because they're either going to take it from the field or take it from your hand. And if you're not pushing them, forcing them to discard cards due to guarding or whatever, then you're already losing.
And once again, that's where he made the comment that Shadows, the only reason why we're good is because our card pool is just really good.
It's deep.
You have like all the best things. You have like tutoring, restanding, everything.
Yeah.
Like some of the best things in the deck, like deck thinnings, you get more critical triggers and stuff, and then like restanding, so you get more triggers. Like.
But I mean, Shadows are an excellent example of taking old support and making it really good, though.
Yeah. I mean, just like having access to a break ride is very powerful too for them, I think.
We're the only deck in the game right now that has a break ride that's.
That's Kaiser. I think I forgot her name. I'm so sorry, but I think like that's part of the reason she did so well. It's like she had Guy Kaiser and like a bunch of grade 3s.
Isn't that how you play Robos? You get Daikais, you run a bunch of grade 3s, and you just run at their face.
Well, and that's the other thing why Metalborgs did so well, too, at that tournament, was a lot of these decks have gone to where we're pretty much stride, and that's it. So when you have something that can actually limit break, even if they're limit breaking or break riding over a stride, or striding over a break ride, it's still dragging.
Oh, the Metalborgs that made it to top 8 didn't have break ride.
They ran straight boards.
No,
they ran yeah, you're right. It ran
Black Boy.
Yeah. No, was it Black? It was
Yeah, it was Black Boy, the starter. When you have 2 damage, if you're on the grade 2, you can Legion, and then you Legion with a card in the soul.
Yeah,
It's a card that nobody plays, but it's actually kind of good.
Because it's the Metalborg Goyusha, and no one likes it.
Essentially, you get rushed, and then you're like, all right, cool, I Legion, and I drop Laurel.
I'm also talking about though that helps find the Legion.
Yeah, Baron Grader.
Yeah, that's it.
Who's also, like I said, if I was going to play meta board, I think playing it straight up is fine, because I think that's probably the best way to go about it, because you don't need the break ride. All you need to do is get your Legion online, which pretty much all it does is give you, like, what, 8 Sin Busters as opposed to 4? So you're almost guaranteed it no matter which way you go with it.
Yeah, it's dead true. I mean, it's scary in that respect too. So either build was pretty performing very well.
Oh yeah, that's what made them terrifying, and that's why I was always excited about it. So mad when they push it back a whole set though, but that's Vanguard. Sometimes you have to just kind of accept that sometimes your support will get shoved back for other things because other things are more relevant at that point in time.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to product releases.
Yay!
Yeah, and actually, we're going to combine product releases and product price increase because I feel like that's actually the relevant topic here, because that just came out, what was it, 2 days ago, a day ago? Bushiroad's CEO announced that due to the popularity of their game, that they have been taking the cost of what it's been causing them to produce the game. They've been absorbing it, and they can't do it anymore. So now they're going to increase their product price. So I don't know if that means boxes, how much they're going to go up. I don't know if that means like their trial decks are going to go up. But I mean, like, it's definitely an interesting notion that they've been selling out of their product since the better part of last year, November on, and almost every set that's come out they have sold out of, and now they're doing this. Anyone's thoughts on that?
It could be just a timing issue. I mean, the holiday season is coming around, and maybe they want to capitalize on the flow of money that's going to be going out even more so as opposed to before during the summer when it was just everyone's out of school. If they're going to jump on a price increase, do it during the holidays when people are going to definitely be throwing a lot more money around. That seems like a basic business tactic if I were to go that route with it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. In addition to it being that portion, you also have to think that the game's been out for X years, and people need raises. So in order for them to get paid, they have to charge a little bit more, if that makes any sense. So,
Yeah.
to cover their operations, you know what I mean? And, as far as even the people who are pressing the cards, to make them, they have to get raises and they have to feed their families and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's okay that players, we pay a little bit more. It's going to suck a little bit because, but, overall, somebody's going to benefit from it, so it's fine.
I would be okay if they went, hey, our tournaments are going to cost money. I would be all gung-ho for that, like we've already talked about. I think that, there's areas where they can fix where they're losing money. So, I think one of the biggest thing is this a price increase? Is this going to affect the secondary market even more, guys?
Yeah, of course.
Question though, have to.
What was the exact price increase?
We already have people already crying over some of the prices of these cards, and now that they're increasing the price of the product, say it again, Brandon.
It's going to increase the price of the cards.
Yeah, it's going to increase the price of the cards. Cards are going to not be as easily obtainable because people aren't going to be buying as much.
I'm pretty sure these box increases are only going to be $3 or $4.
Yeah, but even still, that does make a difference to people who don't have a lot of pocket change. So,
I kind of think like card games are pay to play. In Vanguard of all games is like the lowest because you don't have to buy in every single set. If you play 1 to 3 clans, you're maybe getting a couple stuff from each set for most people.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think also more people need to go in their locals and be like, well, I play Shadows, you play Great Nature, and you play, on Bermuda, and they're all in this set. Let's split a box and split the cards. I think people just need to they can buy more product at the price they want to. There's always singles and stuff like that, and I do think it will cause prices to go maybe a little bit at first, but I think ultimately Vanguard is such a fun game, people will still buy the packs, regardless of what happens.
Well, and now that that SPs are full art.
Mm-hmm. It's even more value.
That's something they should have been doing for forever, was to make SPs actually wanted to be obtained by people with making them full art or alternate art. I mean, look at the ones that are.
Speaking of SPs, someone should buy the legendary Jonathan S.B. Mindham Bible.
Only $12,000 for the first page.
I know.
Only 12.
But I'm telling you guys right now, if you Netflix and chill with me, I can get you a 1% discount.
1% discount. You guys heard it here.
Bro.
Hashtag.
I think Will would make a good Netflix and chill date.
Holy
blue
shit. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. Justice.
Oh my.
Will, is Power Rangers your favorite TV show?
Actually, I'm that no problem at all. I have a big fandom of the whole situation. It's actually really cool. Yeah, that was definitely since childhood and going onwards. It's almost wow. How can I put this? It's been there since childhood and it hasn't stopped yet.
Yeah.
I think I was really hoping he would say something kind of like C-SPAN, like something just completely out of left field, and that's where he got his sense of justice. Was all those people going up on the mic and doing that.
It was
He watched too much of the LA riots. That was
it was SWAT cats.
SWAT cats.
My favorite show has been What Not to Wear for the last 12 years.
I couldn't do that. I tried. I tried so hard.
All right, let's talk about this secret pack.
I have 2 buyers on the 1% discount, John. You're welcome.
Oh man, I want to talk about the secret rare pack because the rumor going around in Japan is like 1 in every 5 cases.
Value.
Ridiculous.
I mean, one of those was going for $200 on eBay. Again, I can't say that's the best way, but again.
I mean, how accurate is it though? Because I mean, remember when the Glendios drama?
In America, it's going to be 1 in every 3 boxes.
Well, yeah, in America it would be like 1 in every box. Surprise.
I would be
Chinese fortune cookie.
Talk about deflating the market.
Well, it'll definitely be interesting to see how if they continue that pattern going forward, and if they're reprints. They are obviously full art, but how many of those cards are used in decks? That's what I want to know. Is like we see the PDO or the PBD break ride.
That Amnesty.
Amnesty is beautiful. Like I think that's one of the best looking cards. Primavera, Sweep the Chronicle,
Chronos Command. I mean, it'd be a one-up.
The restand is pretty cool. So I mean, some of them are obviously want to be obtained, and then actually, while we're talking on super rare cards, who won? Did they give them the cards?
It's when you go to Nationals.
Ah, okay. I wanted to see one of those. But yeah, I mean that's something that Vanguard or Bushiroad has never done, was give out something that you basically can win. Like that's to me is really super cool because
prize cards.
Yeah, I mean that's a prize card that, especially Ragnarok, it will want to be obtained.
It's not Ragnarok. It's
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
It's Orgeyser. No, it's a Claret Sword for Continental, and then it's Chrono Jet.
Yeah, Chrono Jet.
And it was a hot stamp as a one of like maybe 2 or 3.
For Worlds, it would be like 1 or 2 or 3 for like North America. I think it is. I'm not sure how the finalists go for.
My question about that is: are they going to be in the respective languages, or are they going to be Japanese for Worlds?
I think they should have photo them.
I think they're going to be English.
They're actually
they're going to be in English.
Yeah.
Really?
Which is fine because it is the English version. I mean, of the game technically. Why the hell, Scotch, would I add you to the call?
I'll tell you why. Because Badger Vanguard sent me a message saying, "quote Tell Scotch he actually has a chance at doing well in Atlanta because I won't be there to crush him." Thumbs up.
What even is this insane?
You know what? That's another thing. Last live stream, Badger Vanguard. You're winning my favorite person with Badger in their name on Vanguardians award. Congratulations.
I would like to say something though about the prize cards. There's a rumor going around. I don't know where this came from, But evidently the prize cards are supposed to be alternate arts, and they haven't revealed the official arts yet for them.
Oh wow.
I was kind of hoping it'd be Robbie Kohl, Netflix and Chill.
I thought they had the arts on them up.
Evidently they're supposed to be alternate art to what they posted.
Oh,
An
okay.
all-art hot stamped card.
I don't know.
Right there.
That sounds extraordinarily expensive.
Yeah,
I do not know.
I don't even know what you could price those cards out to be then, because like it's unprecedented. Someone will throw theirs up for like $3,000.
It's a one of
I
two.
mean, the Chrono Jet would be a lot.
Yeah, especially considering he is getting a reprint in an alternate art.
Well then, that's intense. I couldn't even
trial that card, getting so he's become CEO.
For those of you that played Buddy Fight, that Awakened 5th Omnivore drum will be a lot.
Ooh, that's right. That is right.
That asthma died. Goodness. Never mind. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. Well, we briefly talked about Token Rambu. What do you think of the guys? What do you guys think of the set? Like, the set has been out. We even talked about it in the last live stream. We didn't think it was going to come out, and then it came out, and it was announced it was coming out, and
Surprise.
they have their own unique thing going on. But
You mean the fact that they have a trap as one of their triggers?
That has nothing to do with the
Token Rambu is all sword boys. You go into that knowing this. How does it become a trap if you know it's a boy?
That's
I'm
like
just
saying,
saying,
oh,
I heard-
to make his house Netflix and chill, and he didn't want to Netflix and chill.
Exactly. If you knew what was going on, when the words Netflix and chill are used, you know what you're going into. Just like
Exactly.
Token Rambu, which is sword boys.
There's no right way to answer this question.
I wonder if Token Rambu will be on Cardfight Online when it comes out. I bet it will.
It's a G deck. Technically, it should be.
It's already on there. I playtested it.
no.
No.
Online.
He means Cardfight Online, Robbie, the official one. The one that won't have all formats. We'll have G-Series and Extreme Fight for some fucking reason.
Extreme
Those
Fight,
are the most popular formats.
Lambros, Sazanda.
Oh God.
Anyway, I mean, they have a lot of stuff. They restand. They have a restanding Vanguard. They freestand the rear guard. They get power. I mean, what's not to like?
Yeah, I mean, like, the deck really never did anything, and these are my favorite words because, Edward, you're here, really never did anything in Japan, and
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it. Where's the quote?
You know what else never happened in Japan?
There we go.
Winning worlds.
Oh.
I'm glad I got to hear that one more time.
That was actually a musical episode going into it. It was really weird.
Alright, so we know Token Rambu is coming out on the 30th. We got Set 4 coming out on the 2nd of October. So October's going to be pretty busy. They've announced that the Extra Booster Vanguard and Deleter November 20th, so right before Thanksgiving.
Is no one else worried about the fact that Wingo Brave can resolve on grade 1 now?
I might be.
Nah, I ain't even worried about it.
Sure, let them have their Ringo
I don't
Brave.
have retired skill, so of course.
Their entire deck is Blaster. What do I care about this Wingo Brave?
Hey Scotch, is this a good card to play? It's a 10k base.
Is it?
Scotch, answer wisely. Your fate depends on it.
What happened?
Scotch going to play for Dex.
Bitten.
Too busy winning Yu-Gi-Oh! World. Oh, man.
Is that like some kind of burn that you won at Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm confused.
I don't
It's like, we're talking Vanguard. Like, I'm pretty sure like the player
Yeah.
base overlaps a little bit, but I mean, you could have gone with the burn of Japan's doing really good in Magic. They're like crushing.
Vanguard and Deleter. We've seen some interesting deleting cards. We've seen Alfred support, which is really unique. That made my Alfred SPs go up, thank God.
And there was a start for it.
Yeah. What do you guys think of that set? Like, so far so good? So far lackluster? So far...
Oh man, there is this grade 0 for Deleter that lets you use your effect for free. That is awesome.
How does anyone feel about the Neg 5 restander?
Neg 5 restander, you delete it. I don't care.
Reddit Laurel. What do you mean?
Neg 5 restander, I'm trying to win. What do I need rear guards for if I'm trying to win the game?
If I'm
That is
ending
true.
the game, though.
Rear guards are just gonna die to like everything else out there.
I mean, would you really bet the farm on, a chance to restand? Because what is it? Is it on swing or on hit? I was getting mixed up.
It's just retire 5 rear guards in that unit.
At the end of the battle in which that rear guard attacks the vanguard.
Oh, it's an attack, so it doesn't even have to hit. Okay, yeah, go for gold. If you know they got no hands in hand, shoot. Go for the gold.
If only it worked
Robbie,
with
if I play that grade 1 against you, you are gonna super blast a Dark Abyss at grade 1.
Probably.
Immediately.
People are gonna conveniently snipe that thing out if I play it out there.
No chill, straight business.
Restander might be poop, but it's definitely gonna get people's attention. I'm like, well, that's sitting there for later.
Bart.
Bart.
You want to shout out? Best Dodex player in the continental United States.
That's fighting words right there.
I mean, if you want to lose, then yes, go play against Bart in the Dodex mirror. You will probably beat anyone.
Bart will blow you out.
And then he'll go Netflix and chill and bro job you. Shoot.
Oh my god.
Road.
Nice shots. I can't find the chill. Someone turn the AC on a little bit higher, please.
Will, you're gonna be the one doing the chill if you know what we mean.
Oh man.
Whoa.
Sorry, the AC's broken. Needs to be fixed.
Escalating
That's
out of
real
control.
justice.
Alright.
Alright, what's going on now? They're getting that on the 26th. We're getting that on
November 20th.
of November 20th, okay? So we're almost caught up. Like, we're right there. Like, set 4 comes out for us on the 2nd, and theirs just came out. So we're, like, almost caught up with the main meta there. Like, and then it's, like, a couple little things. Like, obviously, the extra booster, and then there's the Aquaforce
Clan booster.
clan booster, that would probably be our last thing, I think, of the year. If we get anything in December, it'll be that. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
We're not getting a Fighters collection this year?
Well, they said we are.
Well, we got the last one, like, midsummer, right? So we get the next one around then, too?
Yeah, but Bushiroad announced on their schedule of releases that they were getting one more final Fighters collection at the end of the year. But Japan was.
So we'll get ours, like, after them. So, like, February.
I
So
mean,
that'd be like an early 2016 thing, huh?
yeah, but I mean, like, they got on the 13th. They announced both Trial Decks and Set 5 were going to be released in November 13th. Both, all 3 things were going to be announced in one day. Which, that's not like them usually with Japan. They usually give it, like, 2 weeks. So, doing it all on the same day is kind of interesting.
Maybe they're trying to get, like, room for more Legend decks then.
Ah! That Grand Blue Legend deck. That Grand Blue Legend deck.
John, the next one's Musketeers, man. Like,
The Grand Blue Legend deck? I think I have it somewhere. Hold on.
Oh, the handful.
oh, and it's right here. It's my trash can.
You see
Yep.
in there?
The one at the bottom of the garbage can, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the mightiest zombie of them all.
Right, cold stomach.
I think Grand Blue, if any clan is going to get the legendary trial deck status, it'll be them. Because Bushiroad loves the troll.
Oh, they can have it legendary, like in a little pirate box, and you open it up.
And it's got booty. Power.
It'd be like better than Netflix and chill.
The dream would be Olivia Oliver Gaillard getting a Legend deck.
Oh, yeah, Blue Flames. Getting
They
that.
can't ever do that. A little American kids at my store would be like, "Who is this? I can't read, so I can't watch it."
The next Legend trial deck should be Diego.
Oh.
Diego? Is that like Daigo? Except
Yeah,
it's
Daigo
from
will
Mexico.
Diego is Dora's brother in Dora the Explorer.
You mean Consuela from Family Guy?
He plays Great Nature.
That's my maid. I'm confused.
Consuelo with Ed Tranger coming to a store near you in 2017.
Holy shit. What if we got any Stranger Legend deck?
Why?
Why?
Listen, man, we got a lot of RPs with fly shorts. Now's our chance to cash in. You know? Bring it over.
Nah,
Talking
ain't gonna happen.
money.
We're talking money. Yeah, so that's what we know. What are you guys thinking of the, like, we got obviously more Gear Chronicle, Pale Moon,
Another Maelstrom thing.
another Maelstrom thing, which the Maelstrom thing is really cool. So, and not Thavis. What's the strike's name?
There are just certain units that resonate with the masses a little bit better than others, and Maelstrom seems to be becoming one of those. One of those that just seems to collectively embody the like a passion of a clan, if you will. There's very few cards that seem to have that kind of jurisdiction. You think about Dragonic Overlord having that kind of thing. You think about, I guess, Alfred having that kind of pull. Just, ones that have different copies of themselves out there. Just certain ones just merit that kind of ability.
Now, I'm on the commander of the consecutive wave here, and they're saying there's a Blue Storm Dragon Maelstrom Break Ride coming out?
That's what it looks like. I mean, I'm speculating. I don't know if it's real or not. It looks like it. Because then glories will be like redonkulous.
It will say you cannot guard with grade 0s. And people will go,
they already have a trigger that does it.
Yeah, but now we have a break ride too, John. Get fucked. That's great.
just take the Grim. Just take all the D basically at that point. It's over with.
They've already proved the combo is not broken that way. They're like, let's see if we do it this way. People get upset.
Brandon Smith, thank you so much, sir, for coming on. We really appreciate you. He's got to leave, guys. He's got class in the morning, and Brandon,
he has no class.
yeah, he's got Netflix and chill. So
that's the excuse.
We all can't have those options.
But thank you, Brandon. Don't be a stranger to this community. It wants you back. You're still our champion.
Yes, we missed you.
Yeah, we need you in our lives.
Thank you guys so much for having me. It's been a pleasure each and every time. Robbie, I miss you, man. Miss all of you guys so much. You know what I mean? Jonathan, I miss you a lot, bro.
Thank you.
All right. See you guys later.
We'll talk later, Brandon, all right?
All right, absolutely. Absolutely.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Well, let's segue into the next thing. What do I got? Open discussion. Anything you guys want to talk about?
I want to talk about the boxes that I didn't get a chance to say anything about.
Boxes?
Yeah.
The boxes?
Like...
You talking about Vanguard versus Deleter, also known as Alfred versus Grade 1 Restandard thing?
Oh, that conversation's happening, huh?
I don't know. Jason, go on. Tell us more.
No, I'm just saying is like what I wanted to say about the boxes was that, it's okay if they raise the prices, but are we going to get like the gold point system or anything exciting?
Oh, that's sad. I wish
also, there are some locals that already charge like $100 a box or something ridiculous like that,
I hope they do something for Card Fight Online.
I mean, are those local places then gonna, ending up charging more money because that's gonna like drive some people away from the game? Maybe I don't know. Those are just some of my thoughts.
Now that they're doing it, especially like the clan boosters, I mean, the biggest surprise was seeing the Bermudas got a rare and a holo rare. So there was always a holo in the set. I don't think they'll continue that with the boosters themselves, but that was like their justification of raising the price.
I mean, people like that, and they've been doing that in Buddy Fight now for a while with the parallel foils and stuff. And at least in Vanguard, they're at least affordable and easy to find because enough of the product gets open. But like for Buddy Fight, parallel foils are pretty hard because there's not a huge player base. So not a lot of people are opening product.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I think that's a really like Pokemon does that too. Like they're known for having
the reverse foils. Pokemon is like affordable, like stupidly affordable nowadays.
I was worried about that. So the notion is that talking about the concept of prices going up, which means that the secondary market may become flooded, which means that players might be priced out of the game that was already a easy walk-in. Given the things that they've given out and the things that they've already put through, I mean, wouldn't it make more sense to just simply, I guess for sake of argument, pony up that extra maybe $5 to $10 a box if it comes down to that, or maybe spend an extra $2 for that single? I mean, Bushy has been running a lot of the force for quite a while now.
I mean, if what they're saying is true, sure. I'm not saying like I don't think that they should raise the price. I'm just wondering what they're going to be doing, like, for it. What are we going to be getting for it other than, pricing? It's not going to be. I can't see it being $3 or $4 a box. Honestly, I see it being more of like an even 10 or something.
5, 10,
at the least.
Well, a box now wholesale is like $50 if you buy a case or something like that. I think that's what the math was.
A little less.
Yeah, I mean 48.
And most locals, I mean, less like, in California, Frank and Son, every box is like $50. Up here, by us here, boxes are like $60. But we talk to people all the time where boxes are $80 or $100 even at some people's locals, and I mean, where's all this, where's that going to go?
That's profit to the business. That's not profit.
Well, yeah, I know. But that's what I mean. It's like once those places get the price increase, don't you think they're going to be like, wanting an increase too?
Yeah, and that will affect the overall player base dramatically. So.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's going to have to take a bit of a hit on this. I mean, you figure that we've had many, bushy ran events where things were practically given to the fan base. I feel like that was out of goodwill and on top of, self-promotion of getting your name out there. So that had to happen in order for them to get their foot in the door. I think now that they got their foot in the door, it's only, right for them to take the next step, which is to now put a forearm in the door in order to further get in. This, I guess, merits that and helps maybe prolong the longevity of this game if there is going to be a longevity afterwards. So it may come down to them having to, raise prices in order to get everyone more actively inclined and involved within the process of actually investing in this game some more.
I don't know. I think I like Mason and like John saying that, they're willing to pay the $20 for the tournament. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, look at ARG. We have people that are willing to spend money.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously the research has been done. People are willing to do it, and they're footing the cost for these trips to California or wherever nationals are, and then furthermore to Japan, and that's fine. They want to be able to say we pride ourselves on free events, but
yeah, but the biggest problem with Bushiroad, speaking of nationals, is nationals are very unglorified. Like, what is making me as a person want to go? Chicago the one year was a total failure. I mean, we had, Dr. O sitting around a little bit, not actually doing anything?
Chicago was awful. Like, I know we've said that time and time again,
I mean, they don't understand. It's nationals. Like, you fucking glorify that shit.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is they should stop handing out free trips, hand out more invites, and take care of the guy who wins. Like here's a box and a promo card or whatever.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
I mean, I paid $50
simply charging for the event, I think that they would make money and not have to worry about footing the cost for these trips like on their own dime. If that's what the real issue is, which sounds like it probably is.
Yeah,
I agree with what's being said in our little chat here. Like, top 16 or top 32 should get invites. And
make nationals an actual fucking event and not
oh god, here we go.
a fucking 10-person, 20-person event. Okay, I tell you, what was nationals really, like 30 people in Chicago?
It was okay. When I was there, I saw that maybe 20 to 40 people made the trip. Of the 24 that made the trip, it must have been like anywhere from maybe 16 to 20 of them who actually was trying to play for real. The other ones were just there because reasons, and they just happened to have a ride there. It was really weird because it felt very awkward, and I think there was only a very few things that gone right anyways from the whole process. I mean, I wish there was more side events and things to do there, but it was like not very much going.
Yeah, but even the side events, like Jason pointed out, like Dr. O was there, like we had maybe the artist or whatever she was, and they had the free flight Winamats, and it's like, I mean, to people, like when they want to play this game or what do they want to do, I mean, yeah, it's cool playing Dr. O, but it's like, again, not a lot of people know who he is on the level that he is portrayed.
America.
Yeah, like, so again, it's not. Sorry.
No, go ahead. You finish your thought, and I'll.
It's
I'll
not
go
a celebrity that I feel would draw people in. Like Brandon was great because people know who Brandon is. But again, he hasn't been relevant. Like he hasn't been in the like 2 championships now. Like like where it's like it's been that. So even then, it's like they lack a good side event. Like in general, like I don't know what their creative process is with it, but they lack like a good event to get people involved with.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said this back with JD, like they have coverage of the event. They don't even do that. They don't even go, hey, we're gonna stream. Like I was really impressed that the photos of Bushiroad's photos were up moments after they were being taken. Like that was the first time I've ever seen them do that.
Yeah, maybe they're getting hip to it. I don't know. The one positive thing I want to say about this last weekend was the number of families and kids I saw was crazy. It wasn't just a bunch of fucking nerds in a room, playing this game. It was families were there, parents. There were actually like parents there waiting for their kids, like as if it was a Pokemon event, Like I've gone to Pokemon tournaments for cities and things, and there's like a parents line the side of the room, waiting for their kids to finish. That was great. I thought, wow, this game is really growing, And partially, I want to say it's probably because the game is, affordable, I don't know.
Hold on real quick.
We have a
I don't wanna
family.
interrupt you, Jason.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say we have like a
they want to know why
family that plays Vanguard where I live. Like mother, her brother, their 2 kids. They each have a kid, and then there was someone else. I think it's like someone else in the family plays too. I think it's like their cousin. And they all play Vanguard. Like I don't see that happen very often, where like families play card games.
I mean, yeah, I thought that was great, and I think I don't know. I'm not going to say price will necessarily affect that, but I mean the game is definitely growing, and it, which is awesome.
Mason, why do you keep changing your shirt?
Huh? What are you talking about?
He's getting ready for his date.
Yeah. Are you Netflixing and chilling?
Well, here's the thing, John. So you used to make fun of me because I always wore collared shirts. And then, like, when you guys did that, I wore that same collared shirt for every live stream for about 5 months, just to keep the dream alive. And you bought my shirt, and which was, I kid you not, this was part of the plan going into tonight. I was planning to change my shirts the entire night, and you brought up my shirt at the beginning. I was like, God, people are going to get it. But after 10 shirts, which are just laying here on the floor in front of me, people have finally realized. I don't know, it just felt like something to do. I want to wear all my collared shirts. I only have 2 shirts left.
Just to make sure this is accurate.
I mean, I got like a shirt.
It's accurate. It's accurate.
Here. I got like a hoodie. I just figured like there's not really many of these things, I also changed pants, which no one noticed, but I did make it visible earlier in the stream that you could see my pants. I've been very. This is super meta. You can go back and watch this one, buddies. This is like an X-Files episode. It goes deep.
For real, I'm about to say, man, cue the chime, man. We are in it.
Oh, man.
That's why I kept putting his little picture thing up.
All right, we went back and talked about boxes and prices. We talked about events. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
ARG State's starting up again.
What is that?
ARG State's starting up again.
Yep, ARG State's October 24th.
Are
every
Indiana
state-
ARG coming up?
What was that?
We'll be there.
Indiana ARG?
September 27th for Indiana. So I know a lot of people will be there for that. There's a good crowd always to those.
I won't be there.
Will be there. Justice will be there.
Indiana's
Special shout out to my head judge for that event, Chelsea Danielle.
Oh, yay!
Her first time actively judging a major event outside of Bushiroad Volunteer, so it's a big step for her.
First time judging, long time watcher.
She'll be fine. There's enough good players in there not to have any problems.
Jeez, people got the X-Files reference. Oh.
They got it?
Yeah, like people are commenting about it.
We got to go deeper.
Amanda Demizio.
Scotch, we don't care what you have to say.
Yeah, Scotch keeps messaging me. He's gonna kick you in the dick or something in Atlanta.
I was half tempted to like give Scotch the Google Hangout thing like I did with Robbie that one time, and then I realized no one likes Scotch and people like Robbie, and then John would get mad and kick me, so I didn't do it.
I If I could see you in Atlanta, I would pummel you with a shoe or something.
You are
Is anyone
there?
besides John and Mason and their brotherly quarrels here? Does anyone not curious to know what the new ARG mats are going to be?
Have you announced?
I don't know what they are. I am curious.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Vanilla spokesperson that was not hired to speak for us.
You are welcome. I love ARG and all their awesome products, and they totally didn't fuck me over at SCG this last weekend in prices.
What the fuck?
What's the mat look like, Robbie?
Well, there's no official preview yet. The first match should be done soon. We're gonna be featuring what appears to be Minerva versus Lukier, in a typical schoolgirl just rivalry.
Oh my god.
That'll be the new circuit mat.
Oh, my waifu wars.
Maybe some kind of kill thing.
Basically. The state championship mat will be featuring zombies and Glendios.
Zombies?
Zombies representing Grand Blue.
Okay, so it's Grand Blue versus Glendios?
More like him reversing the leader of the zombies. Think about it.
I always thought it was funny that like Glendios and them actually bothered to reverse Grand Blue because it was so shitty. Feels like they would have been better clans than that whole
And then the new kit mat should be next stage, and then the other two antagonist new stride units.
Interesting.
So-
Interesting.
So you're looking at the 2 new units plus next stage.
Yep, basically. So a lot of good things happening this season. And then hopefully come January we will be featuring Coco, Vera, and Lukier in Winter Scene for the playmat.
And with that, Lukier just went up another $10.
I mean, everyone loves waifu, so...
Oh,
I totally didn't have this ready for you. Robbie talked about it. ARG.com. See?
Yeah.
Actually,
People
has ARG gone on to actually start selling those mats hardcore now?
I do know that the entry system's going to be changing this season. It is $20 entry, you get 5 points, or you spend 25 and get the playmat in 5 points.
That's not
I'll
bad.
spend my 25.
Yeah, leave with something, right?
Everyone will be happy with the playmat, though. So, if we don't get the playmat printed in time, it'll be the Summer Girls mat again that you guys just saw Mason hold up.
Okay, I think that's a bad
That
plan.
mat?
I have that mat for you.
Oh, do you? I didn't know, since you weren't talking to me.
Oh, don't even. Oh, shit. New pants again.
Is he like playing real life?
I swear to God, Mason has gone through like 8 dates at Netflix and chill. I would also like to point out that Mason looks more savage.
That is so much flannel, Al Borland. What the hell is going on there?
These are all the shirts I have worn during this live stream. I have officially worn all my colored shirts on the in-hand
Your
program.
teachers look
This
good
is
in
my
flannel.
song. Good
I
night,
gotta
Ray Carl.
Who
It's probably a Tennessee thing.
Oh my god.
The unit waits for me.
Oh my god.
This shirt is a little bit older, and I put on some poundage. Doesn't quite fit like it used to.
You look like you're like the ladies' man from Saturday Night Live. But
Well, John, you know why I wore this shirt last, right? I'm so fucking mad at you. You probably didn't even get it. This is the shirt I met you in near Asheville when you were actually surprised it did well. So, this is that one from 2 years ago or a year ago. I don't know.
I got a video of it. I'm gonna go look and
I have a
confirm.
photo of you.
It should be the same shirt. I'm not 100%.
I'm gonna confirm.
positive,
You
but
better. I have the video. We will
Let's
find
go.
the evidence.
Find out.
Check
Wasn't
the
that
files.
video? Yeah.
Redneck mode this time.
Anything we want to talk about? Wow, you've gained that much weight, by the way. Is that?
I've gained 35 pounds. So,
Yo, Mason.
just an aside, John.
Mason, listen
He
up.
heard you
all
like
right?
them big and thick, John.
You getting fat, Mason.
Thanks, Robbie Kohl.
Fucking the pot calling the cow black over here.
Hey, Robbie, I have a question. Can I challenge you for your YCS McDonald's title? How do I go about that?
Wait, what?
Well, I heard you're the YCS McDonald's champion.
Here,
It's
Jonathan
YCS
Gibbs versus
hamburger.
Mason Clark in a fashion duel.
I have another question. Oh, like Zoolander, that'd be great. Robbie, will you sign all my gadgets with cheeseburger and like hamburger?
Dude,
and-
if you flip or like if you pop your collar like as you challenge John, like
Hey, Joni loves me.
Like this?
Back.
yo,
I wanna
that should
finish
that should have been our promo for every John stream. We just played that in the beginning. Mason popping his collar.
Oh Lord.
What if I did that at the beginning of every round in Atlanta? I was like, hey.
Well, they're probably gonna kick you out of the event because they think you have guns.
Do you got it, guts? Yeah, I have guts. You're right. I have a knife.
Talking about game loss.
I have a game loss? That's a round loss, William. Why would you do that to me? Jeez, cheeseburger man.
Threatening your opponent.
I don't know this doing that.
Meanwhile, John looks just off into space, going, "Why am I here?"
Shit's went off the rails. I'm taking the shot. Something wonderful.
We went to Van batting and to bad fashion.
At bad fashion is that
Fair.
what
You have bad fashion.
Nah, I don't wear flannel.
Wow.
Shots.
I'm not a lesbian, Ellen.
Wow.
I will ask one more question though. Something that come to mind. I'm actually thinking about.
Sure.
But do you guys foresee? We got a couple of ARGs due coming up. Do you foresee a change in possible top 8s, or do you see a lot more of the same coming up down the road?
It all depends on set 4.
It really leans on set 4.
For states? Is the question for states or for the circuit series?
Well, let's say circuit for now, and then we'll look a little bit more long scope afterwards.
Okay, for circuit series, it depends on the players. Because they're more circuit series, I guess you have more of a concentrated amount of good players in their area going to those certain areas. So it becomes more about the players for ARG because there are more locations and it's spread out. States is definitely going to be the better players going to come out on top of states, guaranteed. Because it's just a glorified state tournament. I mean, a glorified shop tournament.
Yeah.
I guess that's fair. Call it super locals, if you will.
Yes.
I just want to point out, John, I too can wear black shirts with clever words on them. Our fashion's the same. So
That just.
I'm just saying, you've taken 2 damage, and I just healed on 6.
Oh, this is too much. Let's wrap this up.
I gotta have like 3 more shirts, but okay, sure.
No, we're done.
Wow, you're just gonna end it like that? Like, damn, girl.
That was the OTK.
Yeah, that was the I'm seeing in the chat. I'm seeing the lovely Amanda commenting and saying the Vanguardian's bright in future, and it's true. Me leaving is awesome. It's good for the game. It's good for everyone, in my opinion, because there's chance for growth and chance for a lot of people to do different things, and
chance for people to actually show up and use the new card fight online instead of just playing area for your tournaments.
I'm not going to play any tournaments. We're still in the midst of one, and I gotta say thank you to all you guys that have come on the stream, and we did this last minute. This was a lot of fun. I haven't had this much fun in a while, but to anyone watching, we had about 40-some viewers tonight, and thank you.
Well, I mean, if you want to have fun, Mason's looking for a Netflix and chill partner.
I can only get to Tennessee in like 12 hours, right?
But John, here's the thing: Atlanta, Georgia, Saturday night after we top 8, Netflix and chill, 1v1 fashion show, uploaded to your YouTube channel. Loser has to buy the other one lunch.
I feel like Zoolander-esque
The
shit.
gauntlet has been tossed.
You know?
John, this is your final moment. This is your Vienna. It awaits for you, man.
You know,
Do you accept the fashion challenge?
I will be incredibly happy. Like, it not that it'll ever happen. I have the worst luck in the best of 1 formats, but yeah, definitely. I take that challenge, Mason. When we both top 8, we'll fashion show at Netflix and chill.
How about you guys man the fuck up? Every time you guys lose a round, you have to take a shot before you go into the next round.
Oh my God.
Jeez, someone did that at F&M and they got drunk. They were like this at the end of the night.
I got Mason drunk the first time he ever went or ever drank. Like I
That's
was
true. So when we went to Atlanta, the nice black lady at what's it called, Ruby Tuesday. Shout out to our sponsor, Ruby Tuesday. They bought me an alcohol. They didn't even card me. Like I'm old enough to drink, but they just like gave me alcohol. And then I got drunk and passed out.
That faith, though.
Yeah.
It was well worth it. Let's just say with that. So.
And I'm missing, by the
Well,
way,
worth
on the
it 'cause you
shirt
got
that's on
something
it
in
all.
the end.
What's that?
The shirt that I always wear. So if someone doesn't pay attention.
Yeah. No, I again, for those watching, thank you for allowing me to do these events. Thank you for allowing me to come in your lives. Not all of you wanted me there, but I'm glad that I got to enjoy those who did. Had a lot of fun doing Vanguardian stuff, and I really enjoy these live streams. I think they were a lot of fun for the community, too, getting people to see them, have fun with them, get to know people. A huge thing that Bushiroad has never done was celebrate our champions. And I feel like anyone who's ever been on these live streams, other than Scotch, was a champion. And
Damn. Scotch is also the only person to get FTK'd in Vanguard.
But you know what? And the biggest thing is, what always pisses me off, I'm like, yeah, I said I was leaving, but I didn't say I was stop playing the game. Like, I'm going to always be a fan of the game, always going to play it, always going to have fun going to locals and all that stuff. I just won't be doing what I've done. And, you know, a lot of the time is time, energy, money, and it takes a lot out of you. And I'm glad I get to just be one of the people. So.
Now you get to save that money to spend it for the higher price boxes.
Yeah, I get this. I get to try to sell this binder. I get to try to do that. So
Go talk to your sponsor.
yeah, who knows? Well, fuck you all. Oh, Scotch, we hate you. But guys, thank you so much for chiming in tonight. It was an absolute pleasure. Robbie, Edward, Mason, Will, Jason, Brandon. You guys, thank you for making this night memorable and enjoyable. And I will see some of you in Atlanta, some of you I'll see in California, and some of you I'll just see you around. That is our
You better be at Indy. I'm busting out your kneecaps.
September 27th. I will be there with bells, whistles, and musketeers on.
Putting out the crowbars.
Thank you, John.
Yeah. Thank you. No, everyone, thank you so much. So you guys have a wonderful night. We'll see you in the future.
Later.